Hi, everyone. I am welcoming you back to Food Farms and Chefs from that little break. And I want to introduce you or reintroduce you to the amazing, talented, and like huge founder, Dennis Carradin, who I brought on as a friend of the show and who is going to talk about an amazing event that is happening on November 5th. Dennis, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you, thank you. Amazing is a kind word, right? So but thank you.
Well, you're welcome. So, I'm excited because I've been, working with you for a few years now,
Yep.
as your photographer, and we from that, became friends. But one of the many events that you throw every year is the Black Tie Sneakers Gala.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm extremely excited about it because not only are you throwing it again this year, thank God quarantine, COVID, and all the pandemic stuff is over with, and we can actually be face to face again. You're having it for the very first time in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the other new and exciting things that we're going to look forward to?
So yeah, the black tie and the sneakers gala has morphed a little bit. So our last one was right before the shutdown. So that was at the Queen in Wilmington. Filled the place, amazing time, and a group of us got together, during COVID, during the pandemic, and said, we have to keep this going. It's been going on for years now. We have to keep it going. And as you know, we brought on a couple of new people, including our PR people over at Peter Breslow Consulting, and we decided let's bring this to Philadelphia. So we got into Philadelphia, and as you know, as everybody else knows, is that every venue in the world is now double, tripled, and quadruple booked for weddings and bar mitzvahs, and you name it. It is just absolutely crazy. And so we were able, which I think was interesting, to get live casino and hotel in Philadelphia for November 5th. And I know we were joking about this. We were trying to calculate, was there an Eagles game that day? Was there a Flyers game that day? And at the time that we decided on it, we thought the Phillies wouldn't do anything, and now they're kind of knocking on the door of the World Series. So this should be, again, I think this is going to be a great venue, a great time. And what we have lined up is just layer after layer after layer of fun, and I'll just go right into it because I'm excited. This is we have so many events, we're a part of so many things. This one is just one of my absolute favorite events because of the fun aspect to it. So the first level that we changed, now we do, black tie and sneakers. So we want people to be formally dressed. We want ball gowns, little black dresses, you name it. But we want people to wear sneakers. And the more blinged out and fun and cool sneakers, the better. But we added the element of a masquerade as well, simply because we're only a few days away from Halloween. So let's kind of keep it going. Plus, it also just brings a fun aspect of it. So that's the first layer, right? Second layer to it is that, we've had DJs in the past, we've had bands in the past, but we did something really fun this year. We did a cocktail reception, then the full gala. At the cocktail reception, which is the first hour and a half, Snack Time Philly, which is a seven-piece brass band that was formed during COVID, and such cool guys. They started playing in the different neighborhoods around Philadelphia, and they gained notoriety. So they've been on the Today Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live. They've done halftime for the 76ers. They're going to be at the cocktail reception. And if you've been down to the shore or the beaches, or you've been on this planet for a few years, then our main headline is Kristen and the Noise. You cannot have a bad time with Kristen and the Noise. They are one of the funnest bands out there, and they truly get in, get the crowd going. So there's the entertainment factor, and that's just entertainment. Then we move on to the main show, right? So in the cocktail reception, going into the gala, we have 12. Yes, I said it. We had 12 chefs that are either James Beard nominated, award winning. We have a James Beard fellow. that's going to be cooking for everybody. Angie Branca, who is with Satay Compar and Compar Kitchen, is kind of bringing all these chefs together. I always told her it's probably like herding a group of cats. All the chefs have their own ideas and their own ways of dealing with things, but she got together this all-star lineup that's just absolutely amazing. And Angie's been doing it, with absolute grace and having a good time. Folks like Mike Strauss from Mike's Barbecue up in Philly, which is an absolute beloved brand up there, and some of the best barbecue in the area is going to be there. We're actually bringing Delaware chefs that just got a James Beard nomination, which is absolutely fantastic. Chef Jeremiah Brooks is coming up from Hamilton's on Maine, was just nominated for James Beard. We got Jacob Trin from Trin Eats, and one of my absolute favorites, Sarah Quee from Cake and Joe. I am not allowed to leave or go into the city of Philadelphia without stopping in a Cake and Joe to get a matcha and a treat for my wife. So we absolutely love it. So 12 chefs are going to be there. So there's that. Now the next layer we have, which is crazy. Having 12 chefs is nuts to begin with. Next layer we have 12, I believe it's either distilleries, breweries, or wineries that are going to be there. Folks like Dad's Hat, Resurgent Whiskey, we have Revivalist Gin, Kiki's Vodka. All of these folks are going to be there so you could taste all of their products. And each one isn't just bringing one product, they're bringing the whole line to make sure that everybody has a wonderful time. And then even more layers, we have at least 6 to 8 pageant winners, title holders, from Mrs. Maryland USA, Miss Delaware USA, Mrs. Delaware USA, Miss Philadelphia, Miss Pennsylvania. We this is going to be a spectacle, and I absolutely love running spectacles, and this is what this is going to be. It's going to be a spectacle, but it's going to be a fun spectacle. Plus, we have auction items. We have a 360 photo booth. If you haven't tried one of those yet, they are amazingly fun. And giveaways, you name it, we're going to have a good time. And hopefully, and again, we talked about it online. If the Phillies do go to the World Series, I'm going to throw up some flat screen TV so people can watch it if the game happens on November 5th. But otherwise, we're gonna have a great time.
Well,
I'm
Dennis, before we go too much further, I just want to give you a shout out because nothing happens by chance. You're bringing the gala to Philadelphia for the first time, and here we go out of the blue. The Phillies have a shot, and a great shot, at being in the World Series. Coincidence, will say some. I
Yeah.
say it's a direct link.
Hey,
Good
man.
karma brings good karma.
I will take every second of that. If it meant the Trauma Survivors Foundation came to Philly and we brought another title with us, I will take that every day of the week.
But maybe that'll also cause people who are attending to donate more to the cause in celebration.
Did we just become Philadelphia's good luck charm? I hope so.
I hope so too. Now speaking of good luck charms, I think that it's going to also be beneficial because you're bringing luck to everyone with this event, because you not only are doing the gala, but something that's unheard of that no other gala has ever done that I know of is that you're having people are able to actually purchase tickets to the cocktail reception.
Yep.
And if they can't go to the actual gala, um obviously there's tickets to the full event.
Yep.
But I think that that's something that's unheard of, so people can participate and taste the cocktails, listen to the live band play, and taste the samples of the street food that everybody's,
Yep.
all the chefs are bringing.
Well, and you're right. You're absolutely right. It's a cool idea that, look, most of the time when you go to an event, you're going to the full event, right? You're going in at whatever time and you're leaving whatever time, and hopefully you're having a wonderful time throughout. With this one, we're trying to say, like, look, all of these chefs somewhere along the line, and even the distilleries, everybody that's involved has been somewhere along the line affected by COVID. And in our fashion of our Hospital Heroes food drive program, we wanted to make sure they were taken care of and the people of Philadelphia were taken care of. So we have never done this concept. Normally it's like, hey, buy a ticket, come have a great time, but this way folks could come in for the hour and a half for $75, or you can do the entire gala, which is double the price. It's only 150, but then you're exposed to everything.
Yeah.
I know that certain of the chefs are going to be there, like Mike Strauss, like Chef Jeremiah. They're going to be there throughout the entire night to make sure that you're eating well. Plus, we have a $50,000 raw bar that's going to be put in there. Let me emphasize that $50,000 raw bar. That's more seafood than anybody has seen. That this is going to be a little ridiculous. So the idea is that you could come in, have a great time, have some drinks, go do whatever you want to afterwards. But look, man, when you look at what we have lined up, you want to stay for this whole event, and you want to come in. You want to win the best sneakers. Men and women, they want to win the best sneakers contest. We have that. I go to champion trophies down in Wilmington, and they know what I'm there for when I walk in with a pair of Converse, and then they all of a sudden they're drilling it to a plaque. They know exactly what we're doing. So they laugh at me, and I said, first day I walked in, I said I want a ridiculous trophy for these best sneakers, and I said, can you put a Converse sneaker on a trophy? And they looked at me and says, we've never done it, but it's going to happen. And the cool part is that we also have these really cool Philly brands that are a part of it. Bungee brand sneakers, who Bungee himself, amazing story, amazing backstory with this guy, just literally started selling his sneakers at Neiman's Marcus, and he's one of our sponsors. He's giving a discount for anybody buying the sneakers. Plus, he's donating money back to the foundation. We just got luxury laces. So the first 100 people that get in there, the first 100 people that walk through that door are going to get luxury shoelaces it's the coolest thing. They have gold little tips. They're all different designs. Plus, the first 200 people, if you don't bring a mask, shame on you. But first 200 people are going to get masquerade masks. So again, and we're also going to be giving out samples of our products. We're going to give out samples of Survivor's IPA. We're going to give out samples of the Captain's Punch. We want people just to have, like I said, this just a great time and celebrate what Philadelphia is about. It's about the diversity. It's about, a city going through a lot of changes and getting a couple of black eyes. But it's a city that I've loved all my life. It's that second home of mine. Since becoming a Pennsylvanian 8 years ago from being a Delawarean. But reality is man, it's such a cool place. It's such a cool city, and the food is out of control. If you're a foodie, and look at who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you, right? If you're a foodie in Philadelphia, then some of these names. Melissa Fernando. Julio Rivera and Mariana Hernandez. Margarita Perez. Jacob Trim and Diana Wood Jojo. Cote Marmargi. Ange Bronca. Tony Hicks, who's our James Beard fellow. These are people that will come out and literally, you see this food, you were going to drool on yourself, to try to get some of this stuff. Did I play it up enough? If you're a food, Philly's so much more than just cheesesteaks. Come on now, we know this.
It is. Philly is so much more than cheesesteaks, and it is a foodie town. It has become like a bigger trend to go to to Philadelphia for a food destination.
Yeah.
We've definitely made our mark for ourselves as far as being foodies are concerned. But one of the things that we haven't touched on is where our listeners can actually find tickets to the event, and how much they cost, and keeping in mind that you are getting a big bang for your buck.
I hope you are. I swear I hope you are getting a big bang. I think you are. So you want to go to blacktiesneakersgala.com. Blacktiesneakersgala.com. or you can go to the Trauma Survivors Foundation.org or .com because we couldn't make up our mind. But if you go to those two sites, you can go in right and get a ticket. I would also say, based on a mutual acquaintance of ours, old Vincenza from Vietnam Bistro, use the code, the promo code Pronto. If you use the promo code Pronto, Pronto, it's going to give you off a little bit of money to help out, to get you there. Look, man, I want people there. It's we I if you look at some of the prices of events throughout the city, some of them are outrageous. You are getting so much for this event, and you're helping charity. You're helping the Trauma Survivors Foundation. You're helping the Hospital Heroes Food Drive. So get to blacktieSneakersGala.com. Use promo code Pronto.
I mean,
Before before we go too much further, I think it's really important, and especially after this weekend and being a Philadelphia fan, after this weekend, Trauma Survivors Foundation is certainly going to be very busy up in New York City.
Yeah.
But we'll leave that there. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about what your organizations really do and where the money's going?
Sure. So, the main foundation, the Trauma Survivors Foundation, we provide all the resources, education, and training necessary after a traumatic event. So, school shootings, mass shootings, hurricanes like Hurricane Ian. So, our folks go in to do the clinical care. Sadly, sometimes we have to do the palliative care. Which means we got to get people food, water, shelter, and then our Hospital Heroes Food Drive program. We have delivered 41,000 meals to almost 100 locations, all the way from Boston, all the way down to Virginia. During COVID, it used to be out of necessity from our different restaurants partner. Now it's out of appreciation for our hospitals and our first responders. So the money's going to go to that program. It's going to go to helping survivors, and it's also going to next year's Black Tie.
And how can people help out too or volunteer if they want to learn more about what you do and how to participate?
Yep. Just go to our website, traumasurvivorsfoundation.org. You'll see volunteer in there. There's a form to fill out. It asks you what you want to do. And we use everybody from somebody that can use a stapler for papers all the way up to people that can build websites. It's again, it takes a village to help people, and it takes everybody in that village to help a foundation.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dennis. Time flies when we're having fun. I am sorry that this is going off. There we go. It's live.
Right.
But thank you so much for joining us on Food Farms and Chefs again. And
Thank
I look
you.
forward to seeing you at Black Tie and Sneakers. And if anybody who's listening right now wants to join us, you can find Dennis there. You can find me there. You can probably find Jean there.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'll be the nervous looking one, so that's cool.
so come out. It'll be a highly enjoyable evening. A lot of fun, a lot of food, a lot of beverages, live music, dancing, and just come out and join us for the Black Tie Sneakers Gala. Thank you very much.
Dennis, thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank you guys again. And I tell you, I will always be your easiest interview.
All right. On that note, I am going to go to commercial break, and we will be right back with Chef Timothy Witcher.